It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, control is what the C stands for. We were told that rituals are important to maintaining the fabric of the universe. And I believe it. I believe rituals are important to maintaining the fabric of the universe. Which is why I just went into windowed mode and then full screen again, because that seems to even out the display capture. If not, we'll swap over. But we have to play the game first to find out if we need to do that. Let's get back into it. We have got a panopticon to go explore. And I'm sure it's going to be just that simple. Jesse's brother is going to be held on the first floor, and we won't have to explore what appeared to be a gigantic, cylindrical, altered item prison. We're not going to have to worry about it. This is going to be our easiest mission yet. Jesse, gotta wait for your textures to load. Wait for it. Ah, they're loading in. Yeah, take a look at this. We got ramps now. We got supplies. There's a guy over here with grenades and guns and stuff. Look at this guy. He's slowly getting a stockpile.
Nobody respects the clipboard.
Apparently, nobody respects the clipboard, though, which is a shame. I think there are some new notes around here, too. We've got the level 5 key card now, which means we can go almost anywhere. Not quite everywhere. But we're getting there. Let's look around a little bit. There's some notes to pick up here in the executive wing. We haven't really looked around in any of these rooms before here, because we haven't been able to open these doors in here until now. Let's see. Dr. Darling has personally recommended Miss Pope for a promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See research reports. Oh, that number is in the millions for breakthroughs resulting from her work. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She is professional and diligent, though some of her co-workers complain of social disinterest. The review committee approves this recommendation and promotes Miss Pope to the position of research specialist. Well, hey, that's nice. She's moving up in the world. I mean, was moving up in the world. I guess that happened just before we became the director. But you know what? She could be my second in command if she wants to after all this is over. She seems like she has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder about Dr. Darling, and about Darling's general lack of, I don't know, lack of care for his fellow coworkers, I guess. He seemed more interested in the research than the social aspects of science. But from notes like that, I think Pope is kind of showing shades of her mentor there. Hey, I bought the game after watching your episode 1 and enjoyed it a lot. Good. I'm glad I'm selling people on this game. It is really fantastic. Oh, here we go. The collective unconscious, I love it. The collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge, linking us through our ancestral heritage. See the Young, whatever you want to pronounce it as report, pages 12 to 34. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images shared by a massive population is hugely important in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of sexual Tyrannosaurus energy exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of... you don't want to know. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. And I like that. I like that as an explanation for things that we may know about but not know the origin of, you know? Like some kind of a living explanation for, as normal human beings call it, the Mandela effect. Ooh, spooky. Were the Mandela effect real, it would be a result of something like the collective unconscious. The collective unconscious is not real, unfortunately. There's no evidence that the collective unconscious is like a real spiritual or otherwise thing. But cultural knowledge is kind of similar. We talked about the cool S, right? You remember we talked about the cool S? Oh look, Tomasi, this is his desk. I did not know he had a nameplate. How about that? That's cool. That's one high quality texture you got there, Tomasi. He's still hanging around somewhere. But anyway, yeah, the collective unconscious, if you read into it, is based a lot in spiritualism, and unfortunately that kind of renders it, I guess you would say, unfalsifiable? That's what it's called, right? When you can't prove nor disprove something because it's spiritual in nature. The idea of culture being affected by the shared intellect and, I guess, method of action of a group of people, that part's grounded in reality. That's what culture is. That's what memes are. Kojima was right. Memes are the DNA of the soul. Although I think that line is from Revengeance, actually. But anyway, the collective unconscious, as Jung called it, is not... It's a fantastical concept. But in general, the idea behind it is at least kind of grounded in reality. Let's see. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any... I'm going to assume that's HDMI, high definition of some kind, maybe like FM signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house. Oh, it's video, I guess, then. And even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural world for the oldest house to know about them. Air quotes. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the realization to occur. I don't know. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. A very large number of agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Well, there you go. That's a note to sum up why this whole place looks like it's straight out of a 50s, 60s era office building.
Schneider had a hand in this. I never trusted that freak.
How dare you! You are fired! Demoted! Janitorial duties for you! I do not ever want to hear you say something like that again. Auntie may be a bit strange, but he is not a freak. He's just Finnish. Finnish people are not freaks. Most of the time. You could say that about anybody. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. You can't bring it back. At least find out where it went. T. Rodriguez. I like the idea that he wants people to expend company resources looking for the executive forum bathroom. Like, where'd it go? Who knows? But you better go find it so you can put it back on the map. What happens if it doesn't come back? What happens if there's an altered item in there? I guess that's true. Janitorial duty is basically a death sentence in this building. Unless you're Ati. Or us. Remember, we are a janitor's assistant. Nothing but mouth on this guy, I swear! Have some respect, dude. Come on. Duh! This, room better not be full of mimics. None of these say not a mimic on them, so I'm immediately suspicious. Sticky note complaint. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. Yeah, you and me both. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Jay Bozer, Vice Chief of Staff. I like that this is the kind of workplace where you can just say, something caused a bunch of sticky notes to duplicate in my office. Something. What specifically? Doesn't matter. But it happened, and now someone's gotta clean all these damn sticky notes up. Ain't gonna be me. God, is this gonna be like in Quantum Break when we find someone frozen in time and they were just playing Alan Wake on a computer? Is that the tie-in? I bet that's the tie-in. We already listened to that. Would it be a stretch to say you're a control freak? Yeah, I am a control freak. Also in the game. Oh hey! A picture of Trench. Survived our transition to the position of director. They haven't completely erased the memory of the guy. I really like the keycard system, because the keycard system doesn't really gate you from exploring new areas as in a Metroidvania. It just leads to optional stuff pretty much every time. Sometimes there are side quests that are gated until later on in the game, but usually they put a physical barrier in the way that's like, you know, made out of shifted building concrete, and not these keycard doors. Whenever we open one of these, you can be pretty sure that there's not going to be major non-optional stuff behind it, which is nice. They're also used a lot for backtracking through shortcuts, which is cool. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individuals paranatural abilities. We call these individuals para-utilitarians. The potency of these abilities depends on the para-utilitarian. Using the floppy disk object of power as an example, some para-utilitarians can achieve a throw distance of significantly long distances, while others are only capable of as little as a pretty pathetic amount. See Dr. Darling's presentation 11.15. We've already seen that one. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some midichlorians exist within the body and that, like all muscles, it can be exercised. It's probably not midichlorians. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. I like the backstory you get on Northmore, about how Northmore was a guy that, I mean, Trench said it himself, right? Northmore was a man like an explosion, hungry for power, etc., etc. And being a para-utilitarian might have been part of that.
It's bad, but we can handle it. Just like we handled that altered item making everyone drown themselves in the toilets.
Trench contained that thing. And he's gone now.
Damn it, I missed the item they were talking about. That's okay.
Once the new HRAs start rolling in, I'll need to make a tracking sheet for them too.
Yeah, and people won't respect it, just like the clipboard. I'm telling you, man. I think they don't like your facial hair. I like it. I've always been a fan of the chin strap. I think it frames your face well. I think you'd... I like this, like, graying, slick back look. is this widow's peak you got going on?
We're going through ammo like something to go through things fast.
Not so good with metaphor, though. Lack of imagination, I think. Let's see. Countermeasures, what do we got? Oh, look at that! We did all of them. Go me. Okay. Let's see. We are going today to... I don't remember what sector the Panopticon is in. I think the Panopticon is in... Well, here, before we take any of these, let's see where the Panopticon is. No, it's tab. Damn it. This is the wrong sector. We need to go to the fast travel menu. Is it in research? I think it's in its own area that we haven't been to yet, so we won't worry about that until we get to another safe area. What can we make today? Nothing, but we can upgrade our guns if we want. We'll upgrade grip. Why not? Now we can have 2 grip mods. We can get a grip even better. We can. I'm kind of feeling this one. Because as we... Panopticon is in containment. Thank you. I will be on the lookout for countermeasures in containment. Oh man, I need something that costs 4. Because down here you can see that 1 more and we unlock our last personal mod slot. Damn. Well, whatever, it's fine. Health is very important at this point. We need to balance our health upgrades. Because as we get higher level clearance to the building, the enemies in the building will level up. And they do a little bit more damage than we have health right now. Now, we also have a whole bunch of mods. We've got a lot of them. Let's see. Oh my god, we've got so many. I don't know. We could make it so we can seize enemies faster. Maybe I'll do that once we get a 3rd slot. Yeah, that's good enough. There we go. Now we're healthy. I will never die. Never. You can count on that. We have upgraded grip. Grip is now upgraded. So now we have a 2nd mod slot for grip, which is cool. But also you can see we are like completely full on mods, so I need to go through these and delete them. I probably should have done this between streams instead of on the stream, but I actually am fine with this because it gives us a chance to get back into the game world and see if my new recording setup is working and all that stuff. I don't mind it when live streamers or whoever, when they spend some time managing their inventory. Back when I was doing a Let's Play of Resident Evil 4, people in the thread were generally receptive to me not taking out, like, not editing out the inventory management and stuff. You know, the suitcase and all that. But there were a couple people who were very vocal about me doing it, and I just refused. I would not. Because... Why? Why would I do that? It's a part of the game. And it gives me more of a chance to talk about whatever I want. There we go. Now we got a nice setup here. We got Pierce for long range because we do more damage while zooming in, and we got Grip for run and gun headshots because it does 1 billion damage on headshots. We're good. If only I had a 3rd slot so I could put on the shotgun, and then we would have the C. Jacobs loadout. Yeah, I was actually going to mention that when we got there. Those of you who don't know what a Panopticon is, but have played Silent Hill 4, the prison in Silent Hill 4 is a Panopticon. I'll talk more about what a Panopticon is and the goal of it once we actually get there.
Can I help you find a prism?
No, I have not. What's up, Pope?
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
Hey, look at that. Are these new? Have we? These aren't new. Right? I can't remember now. Are these dialogues we've seen? I can't remember now when Pope gets new dialogue. Does anybody remember? Don't remember. Try 'em. Yup, new. Hell, let's see then. Chat with me about Blackrock, Pope. Wait, these aren't new, I don't think.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out.
Yep, she's
Instead
about to
of
talk about
bombs,
sweet weapons.
Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives. So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow.
For the second time
Did
now.
not expect that from her.
Yes, right. I remember now. We talked about that, and then we talked about bismuth knives.
I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
I believe you. Like, based on the slightly too wide smile on her face, I believe her.
We have to figure this out.
All right.
No one else is
So,
going to do it.
there might be a couple of cuts for those of you watching the archived version of this, depending on whether or not the new capture method I'm using actually works. I'm gonna hope it does, but if it doesn't, you'll know right away. I might be sobbing, but you'll know right away. We're playing with the ray tracing turned on again. We are using the ray tracing, and I turned on all the fancy lighting and all kinds of stuff because I am now using display capture to capture my monitor instead of doing game capture, which has weird visual glitches and black frames, which we found out on the first stream. Let's hope that nothing like that happens this time. But it's a C. Jacobs stream, so you know how this will go already.
Containment sector. Panopticon. Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
Those all do sound like words that would describe a prison. Well, we just got a new hotline, presumably about the Panopticon, so let's listen. Oh hey, and we got one from the board too. Great.
The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable, something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They are all powerful, dangerous, They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
Yeah, let's hope that never happens. Boy, if only there were some kind of directorial override that could be activated from anywhere by the director to prevent that from happening. Open up the building so people could contain things in the event of a building shift. What's that? It can only be overridden from one specific location? That's fine too, I guess. We made our way there. I like how you can kind of tell in the dialogue there that Trench is imposing his opinion of altered items on the purpose of the Panopticon. Makes me wonder how many previous directors of the Bureau have done like what recently promoted techies are prone to do and say like, we need to go in a new direction for a new era of our bureau, our company. We need to look at this whole altered item thing from a whole new perspective. And here comes Trench like, man, all of this sucks. Yeah, altered items are so incredibly dangerous. Just put them in a vault, leave them there, hope they stay still for a little while, and don't destroy the universe. What's up, board? Tell me about astral constructs. Ah! I like the idea that one of the perks of being the director of the FBC is that you have an exclusive upgrade menu. It's like how being the chief executive gets you a ride on the company yacht during like vacation week. You have or like how the penthouse of an office sometimes has like a lounge where like you go to hear like, I don't know, Jack Nicholson drink while ranting in a hot tub. Pretty sure that's what The Shining is about. Pretty sure The Shining is about hot tubs. So here's something cool. High quality textures means that we can see what these photos actually are. You can see the pop-in has basically stopped now. For some reason, the pop-in texture problems are mostly exclusive to the first few areas. Once you reach the research sector and beyond, it kind of stops. Yeah, so I'm not sure who this man is supposed to be. I looked at the director's portraits, and whoever this man is, I don't think he's referenced anywhere. He's not. He just seems like a cameo of some kind. Wanted to hang out, spend the day with Max Payne, I guess. Melee that picture of a hole. Okay. I did it. I know why you told me to do that. Don't worry, we'll do that later. We don't have to do it right now, though. It was a good idea, though, because I mentioned several streams ago that such things may be in this video game. Oh boy! Here we go! Let's try not to kill our coworkers. Come here. Come away from my coworkers. Oh, you dickheads! Look at them. They're camping. They're camping my coworkers. Stop it! Cut it out. I'm trying not to kill anyone. Oh, that's great. It's great. They're just sitting there. They're just sitting there waiting for me to shoot them and blow up all my subordinates. I have to put out a hiring notice after this. Trying to get through this killing the fewest amount of innocent people as possible, okay? If we will one day cleanse the hiss, I would like to do so to the maximum number of employees. God damn, look at the size of my health bar. Oh my god. Okay, I was gonna say, did I actually hit that guy? No. No, I didn't, but it would have been cool. Look at them, they're so tricky. I can tell, I know what they're trying to get me to do, but I won't do it. I'm a pacifist. There. All's well that ends well. So how we doing? Any horrible lag during that firefight with all those explosions and smoke and stuff? Anything? Is it staying stable? Silky smooth? Hell yeah. Let's hope it stays that way. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some very key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. Yep, we're well aware. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed to be due to the... yeah, I'm not sure. It could be the board, but it's far too long to be the board. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates that the board evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranaturally weird than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have far too many altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Yeah, for every service weapon, there are at least 10 rubber ducks. Is it by design? I don't know. I hope it's not. The world could do with fewer rubber ducks. Also, I just want to say I like the color of the walls and the carpet here. It's very soothing. For a maximum security prison, this place sure is an aesthetically pleasing place to work.
Reminder. This week, any documents that suddenly appear pink, light red, or any shade in between must be incinerated immediately. Failure to do so will result in termination and possible bodily harm. Thank you.
In that order, or? So will you be terminated first, or will you endure bodily harm first? Do they go hand in hand? Yeah, I know. What they basically just said is, if you get a pink slip today, feel free to ignore it. Nice. You can't fire me. I put my pink slip in the paper shredder. Pretty sure that's how that works. You might be terminated by the bodily harm. Okay, well that would make sense. Oh, here we go. Okay, I meant to pick up that bench, but that works too. He disappears in a puff of smoke and logic. Oh yeah! The double kill. I will never not love it. I will never not be a fan of the double kill. Property damage. It's fine. It's technically my property, but it's also the government's property, which means it's fine for me to destroy it. They'll replace it. Man, that's so cool. Every time. Every time it happens, it's so cool. Let's see, we can, oh boy! Oh, we can upgrade our shatter gun, and also we can make a new one, technically. We can't do that right now, but got a new one on our hands. Let's see. The maintenance. Boy, none of these are good right now. That's unfortunate. I don't really want to do any of these. I guess we could put Shatter back on, because we only have to kill 5 enemies with it. We'll just get rid of some of these. Kill enemies with charge. All right, I'll keep that one for when we eventually craft it. That's fine. Hey, there we go. Finally. It is nice that you can shuffle through them like that, but it's just weird that you can just abandon them and send them to the bottom of the list until you find ones that you want. That particular system, the countermeasures thing, is the only system like that in this game I would consider to be kind of half-baked. Man, I love the lighting in this area. I love how, until we look up, it looks like it could be daytime. I love it. I love that the lights above us are so damn bright that it looks like we're outside right now. It's so cool. I wonder how many government buildings Remedy looked at. Let's see. Alright, I guess we'll put Pierce away then. Shatter, welcome back. 27% projectile choke. What does that do? I want to see what the actual effect of that is. Here. Not bad. No. Now let's take it off. Wow, that's actually quite significant. Look at where that one in the top right went. Damn. That actually makes quite a difference. What is the button for... Hold on. What is the button for just going right to my loadout? G. Thank you. There we go. I completely forgot the actual button for that. Silky smooth, I hope. That's smooth, right? It better be. Let's see. Oh, what do we got here? Guessing this is what the Bureau was in the middle of before the whole hiss thing happened. Man, RTX technology. Look at them reflections. I like that... you know what? I wonder what the people outside the Bureau are doing right now. You know, people investigating AWEs and all that stuff. Alaska is a little out of place. Hawaii, that's in the right spot. Alaska, though, probably a world shift, I assume. Oh boy. I hope this is a real person. Please don't be a zombie ghost.
Sounds like there's a man down.
Hello.
I'm here. What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Who's Wells?
My squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks?
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We We followed the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic.
Damn it.
Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry.
You got it.
The threshold.
I guess we're going to solve two problems at once then. We're going to help this man live by finding the medic, who coincidentally is the person we are looking for. Maybe he forgot to pull 3 times. Maybe he only pulled twice. Gotta pull 3 times. It's only courteous. Oh yeah. I like this one. Okay. Okay, someone somewhere is having fun. I hope they're having a nice stay. Oh, the reflection on that looks terrible. Oh, it was just loading. Holy shit, you can actually see Jesse in the reflection. That's insane. Thanks, RTX technology. Nailed it. I definitely got that right. I definitely did that right and didn't fudge it. This is not coconut. Number 6 on the jukebox. I wish it was. Oh, I wish it was, though. Shit. I didn't actually look at the clock before coming in the room. I was looking at the chat. I'm gonna say what I think it was. Whoa! That's generous. That was way more generous than I would have been. I had to just barely have gotten that. That was like right at the start. Okay. 8:50. I hope that's in the morning, because that's a weird clock out time. You gotta. Wait, that was already almost there. Damn it. The clock didn't load in fast enough. Oh, I get it. I get it. We have to set the clocks to the right time in order to go to the clocks. Get it? We had to set all these clocks to be the right time to get into the clocks. Oh, I wonder if the other motel puzzles are related to where they end up sending you. I've never thought about that before. Oh, by the way, I have not pointed out yet that there is a janitor's office here in the motel. Very curious. Yeah, whoever that was laughing must be having fun at the casino. Jesse's not old enough to gamble. Come on now.
This Wells guy can't be far.
Oh.
Those must be the clocks he was talking about.
Very ornate. Well, you know what they say. Confusion never stops. How many Coldplay jokes am I gonna make before we get out of the clocks? That was the last one. No more. Oh, my gun's not ready. Whoops. Gotta watch my ammo. I forgot that Shatter takes so much ammo to fire. Whoops. I gotta pay attention, damn it. We're in the clocks now. We're gonna get attacked by a sentient clock and get our own clock cleaned. How old is Jessie? I don't think she says any time, but I think you could piece it together. The thing in Ordinary happened 17 years ago. And she and her brother were at least adolescents. I would say that she's probably like square in her mid-20s. A little older, closer to 30 perhaps.
Shit.
Uh-oh. Hey, buddy.
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
Someone had a paper cut on the way in, I guess, and then it just got worse from there. Maybe the hiss can smell blood like sharks in the water. Something like that. I like that. I hope there's just a bunch of clocks in the shape of a body somewhere here, outlined with chalk. Ugh. Well, welcome to the party, Wells. Let's do this. You and I.
What's with the clocks?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play in there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
Like it. Wells is apparently a fan of Discworld. I love this one. Oh, I love these two. I love them. That's so awkward. I like the looks that the guy has given the woman, though. You keep these two in mind. It isn't the first, and it's not the last time we shall see them. He just looks so satisfied with himself. Wonder what presentation this is for. That one was just for a presentation on how sweet office desk toys are. They're pretty sweet, you guys. Office desk toys are pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Well, strut your stuff, buddy. What are you folks still doing here? This place is condemned, don't you know? Time for you to clock out. He survived that. I was hoping he would die. Yeah, so Wells is over there just doing his thing. He doesn't care. He'll eat rockets to the face all goddamn day. I don't think he can even get hurt, let alone be killed. He's fine. Did you see me just dodge through that rocket, though? Like a cool dude. I just did it again, actually. Hot damn. It's that Dark Souls blood in me. Good stuff. Yeah, Wells isn't super effective in combat, But he definitely distracts the enemies for me.
Think you can find a way around?
Let me see.
I'll try. Yeah, this is an escort mission in the same way that it's an escort mission in the same way as when you're running around with Sheriff Breaker or everybody's favorite little lard ball Barry in Alan Wake. They can handle themselves because they cannot be killed. It's fine.
So, you came down here for an altered item?
The anchor, yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple item retrieval. But the power of that thing had. I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, knowing what anchors are for, I'm not surprised. Gonna dent the floor. Turns out Jesse weighs like 400 pounds. It's all in the boots. Postbox. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and Bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and re-informing the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel had been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York City. That's a long trip! You couldn't take the back roads? Also, I like that aerial photography was not their first choice on hearing about frozen people. I mean, granted, it was 1986, but like, the first thing I would do upon hearing of random paralyzed people within a non-specific area would be like, hey, maybe let's not just go there and see what happens. The post office became so slow, it turned into a time-space well and stopped everything around it. Hey, we're dealing with that today, too. Here's something that's kind of fun. You may remember on the last stream, I grabbed a radio with telekinesis so that I could bring it around with me. That's actually the only way to listen to this one. You have to grab it through this window. It's kind of fun that this radio exists as a way to let you know you can do that. You like music, Wells? Oh, look at that flashlight hovering around the thing I'm levitating. That's cool. What am I doing? There are lives at stake! Oh, Horowitz is gonna be like super dead because I was listening to music. I like this one a lot, though. You there! Take a seat! It's closing time! Ow, my face! I like that being in the clocks is not necessarily such a bad thing, because it gives you infinite ammunition. It just gives you infinite ammo for your telekinesis. There's clocks everywhere! Oh yeah, go buddy, go! Oh, we got a boss. Hello, friends. Ah! Okay, that's gonna have to wait. Oh boy, that was close. Thank you, shield. Wells, Little help! Apparently Wells gets dizzy on stairs. He's having a hard time making his way up. Oh, I think... I can't tell who killed that guy. I don't know if it was me, him, or his friend. I have no idea. Go us, though. Damn.
Cornered us. We sealed the door on the way out. We couldn't let it get out into the bureau.
I see.
I'll need to come deal with that altered item later. If I open the safe room now, Wells could get hurt.
No, Jesse, he actually can't get hurt. He's actually like super impervious to damage. A man is built like a brick wall. It's impressive. Like, for all I know, Wells is actually a living human object of power, constructed out of the very concrete of the Bureau itself. This guy is great. What's that over there? Let's go this way. I love just how many clocks there are, right? Like, a lot of these clocks aren't real. A lot of them are, like, they're not, you know, it's just part of the geometry. But I love that this area has, like, custom telekinesis physics, so that if you stand in the piles of clocks, you can see we can pick them up, even though they're just part of the surrounding area. It's great. Refrigerator. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? I was running out to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I wouldn't be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left, had his crayons out, happy. The building came down when I was a block away! Oh! I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later, beside the fridge. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fall on it, and those drawings are still there. How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident. Why? It still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. It was in a bad way back then. Oh gee, I wonder why. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawings still on it? They'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off, those magnets, but maybe it was better I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge got to do with the building collapse anyhow? Yikes. That's unfortunate. Now that's an SCP article right there. The frame story is a bunch of real tragic nonsense. Like, half of the articles on the SCP wiki start off with stuff like, oh, my children are dead. Also, there's a ghost in my refrigerator. These clocks are all physics. How do I? Yeah!
We couldn't contain the altered item. Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. It's my job.
I like you, Wells. You're deserving of a commendation. Once everything gets back to normal, I'll use my directorial abilities to grant you some free overtime pay for all of this nonsense. I read a note saying that building shifts don't get you overtime pay. But you know what? Under Jesse's turn as director, some things are gonna change around here. Starting with fairer wages for people who are caught in the middle of outbreaks of altered items. And, oh, I don't know, otherworldly, spiritual, paranatural entities who want to consume and destroy. Hi, Joe Public. Thanks for stopping by to say hi. I hope work goes well. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog, what do you think of this? You know that airplane we brought in? Like, the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal. And that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do. I do! There are probably some pretty tedious aspects of the job, I would say. But to be fair, if I had to count every nut and bolt in an airplane, I honestly wouldn't mind that. And maybe that's because I'm a weird person who likes repetitive tasks like that. But you know what? I wouldn't mind spending an afternoon doing that. Or a week, as long as I was getting paid for it. Kill enemies using shield barrage. Yes, I would like to do that. That's true. At least it's tedious work, but not hard work. Unless he had to also take the airplane apart piece by piece, all by himself. That would suck. That would be just the worst. Let's see, what do we got? Well, I don't want to do either of these. I cannot do these right now, video game. Whatever, it's fine. We don't need to worry about it. The nice thing about the countermeasures is that they're not strictly mandatory. They're not strictly mandatory to keeping up with the crafting system and mods and all that. They're just little bonus things for you to do. The ones that give crafting materials are worth doing, but we haven't gotten to the point where it's giving us many of those right now. Well, I don't like that one bit. No, thank you. Spooky. Hard space shipbreaker. I'll put it on a list. I like that this place, you can tell it is abandoned. Because it's not like there's like mold growing on the walls or anything like that. It's just all... there's just clutter everywhere that there isn't, even in the normal office building that's been overtaken by the hiss. There's just more clutter, and I don't just mean the clocks. Whoa, he's making a break for it. Don't worry, I'm on my way. I hope Horowitz is okay.
Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be there.
Let's hope so. Also, let's hope he's not dead. I got a feeling he'll still be there, but whether or not he will be alive is the perhaps pertinent question. Come along, Wells.
Let's go.
Well, I just mean, well, I guess I meant the specific type of clutter. Like, you know, there's ladders and floodlights and that kind of thing. You know, if you were taking something apart or walling it up. Oh, no.
Hold on. Something's wrong with him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Horowitz. Oh, God, no.
Uh-oh. I gotta be real with you. He didn't seem like he was in that bad a shape, but I'm also not surprised. Boy, he's healthy though. Wells, I only have half my health bar. I need your help. Look at him. He doesn't want to fight his old friend. It's not Horowitz. It looks like him. It's wearing his skin in a weird existential kind of way. But it's not him, I promise. Probably used to be him. Probably still has some of his thoughts and opinions, and definitely his voice, but it ain't him. He's just leaving the fight to the one with the service weapon, I guess. I know, if only Wells was a medic or something, he could heal me. Man, Horowitz could take a beating. I wonder if he was this strong when he was alive. Look at him, he keeps on ticking, he won't give up! Like a clock, this man. Although, unfortunately, I think his time has come.
Make sure he's okay.
Yeesh. Yeah, he was wearing an HRA, but I guess if you die, the hiss can just take over you no matter what. How you doing, buddy? Are you a fan of tragedy? Because you are now officially the lone survivor. Don't let it go to your head.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director. I'll go see what good I can do there.
Well, I'll see you there in a little while. His HRA was damaged. Did he say that? I must have missed that. The enemy within, huh? Boy, that sounds kind of similar to something we may be familiar with around here. Let's just ignore that. We'll take care of it later. We could go and take care of the anchor now, but man, what a bummer this is, right? This sucks. This is why I was looking at this wall. Look at this. They made a little outlet here in the wall specifically for the shelter, which is a cool little detail. But they didn't make the alcove extend far enough, so it still kind of goes into the wall a little bit. The spirit was there, but it's so close. Maybe this was originally recessed into the wall a little more and they moved it. I don't know. But it was so close. Oh well. But yeah, we could go and take care of the anchor, but we'll leave it, because later on we'll be a little bit more prepared for some of these side quests. We also picked up a side quest for from Pope to go back to research, but we'll do that later. That's one thing that's nice about the side quests in this game, is that they're not timed at all. Some of them are even multiple stages, and if you don't do the first stage right when it unlocks, sometimes you can just do the second stage right away after. What have we here? Containment cell must be properly ventilated. Inhalation of the item's smoke causes some real undesirable effects. Item is a baby carriage with a black shade and steel wire wheels. Left front wheel is slightly bent, causing a distinct wobble when pushed. Item produces smoke incessantly. Smoke density varies. Smoke is generated without apparent fire or ignition source. An incident in Paris in 1979 brought the pram to the attention of the Bureau. Smoke filled an antique store where the pram was being sold, killing the shop's owner. That's unfortunate. Update. Detailed records of the events leading to the item's discovery were destroyed in an incident in the Panopticon. Interviews with living witnesses were reperformed at the order of the Archives and Records Chief. I think we can probably guess. We could probably guess why the item is that way. Oh, hell yeah, here we go, it's doing the thing. Why? Why is it doing this now? Why is it doing this now? It was literally fine until we read about that baby carriage. I shouldn't have done that, I guess. Yeah, look at it go. That's okay. Watch this. I bet you doing this We'll fix it. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that fixes the problem. But I'll keep an eye out, and if the lag thing starts happening, I'll do that. Because swapping to windowed and then back to full screen fixes it. I think it is a problem with DirectX 12 and OBS, because that is also a problem I have when I'm streaming the new Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty, unlike this game, has mandatory DirectX 12. So that creates some really annoying things I have to do to make it streamable. Some kind of memory leak. No, I think what it is, because if I play the game in DirectX 11 mode, that doesn't happen. I think it is something to do with how OBS interprets the frames that are sent to it from DirectX 12 games. For example, right? I have NVIDIA DLSS upscaling turned on because it just makes the frame rate better and all that stuff for you and for me. Reduces latency and all that. And I think what happens to cause that weird hitching is OBS receives the frame from the graphics card before it is upscaled to the resolution that it's showing you, which is 1080p. Oh, get out of there. Careful, Jesse, jeez. Not quite want to throw that out, that's fine. I think what happens is it gets like a 720p frame or whatever before it's upscaled, and it's like, I don't know what to do with this. This isn't the right size. I guess I'll just wing it. And so it wings it, and it's always incorrect. It's never correct. What is going on? Oh boy. In case you were wondering, the shield rush does not work on exploding enemies. You know what does work, though? Shooting them with my gun. Shooting them with my gun works just fine. This is where we came from. But yeah, DirectX 12, unfortunately, is not... It's fine. DirectX 12 and the Ultimate Windows platform or whatever, they're fine, but they don't work well with other programs yet. Like, if I'm playing Control just by myself, the DirectX 12 features are like a fucking dream. It's incredible how well optimized and how well DirectX 12 runs in general. But when you pair it with other existing programs that may not interpret it so well, it just doesn't have great compatibility yet. So there's a million weird workarounds that you have to work around. See you later, Arden. Thanks for hanging out for more Control. Let's see. We are about to get our last personal mod slot, which is nice. I'm gonna grab another health upgrade, because I like this. I like having health. Now, you know what? I got enough for now. We'll go energy. There we are. We now have our last personal mod slot. Which is good, because now I can, I don't know, put in more shield strength or C's or something. Just something to utilize more of the skills. Because, you know, the skills are fun, but some of them, like C's, are very situational. Oh boy, I'm almost full on mods. We gotta get rid of some of these. Crap. Shield strength. C's, speed. You can do that. I did say that was one option. We'll do that. We use C's a little bit more often. Is the grip/pierce combo your favorite one? No. Spin and pierce, I would say, is probably my favorite. Here, we can just get rid of the rest of these. It doesn't matter. I would say that spin and pierce is probably my favorite. I like grip. Grip is great, especially when you spec it out like we have here, where headshots do 1,000,000 damage. But I like being able to just lay into an enemy that just will not die. Like, you run up to enemies, you start spinning with spin, and then you just let it fly. and it is very accurate, and it fires very fast, and headshots deal increased damage with it. So it's great. It works well. I just put grip back on because we haven't used it in a while. We also need to get rid of some of these. I like that it is now giving me mods for charge, even though I don't even have charge yet. Game, please. Please, game. I do not yet have charge. It will be a while before we see charge at this rate. Oh, that's a good one. This one's really great. The other ones were like 30% against armor. This is good, because it means we don't need to TK stuff in order to get rid of enemy armor now, if we want. Some of this crap. We can get rid of these rate of fire ones. I'm not a big fan of making spin shoot faster, though, because it already shoots incredibly fast. We don't need to do that. Alright. Well, let's get back to it then, I guess. That was a fun, quote-unquote, distraction. Back to the Panopticon we go. And yes, Pierce does bypass shields. Oh! Speaking of Pierce, we can pull it back out now. Now that we've done that Shatter mod countermeasure. In memory of the heroic agents who gave their lives to forces known and unknown for the protection and greater knowledge of all humankind. Honor their sacrifice. One hell of a wall of honor. There are probably some names we may recognize on here. David Izzo is one name I recognize. Wonder who these people are. Okay. We cannot get in through that way. Feel like security clocked out for the day, I guess. Apparently this maximum security prison isn't so maximum right now. It's taken a more minimalist approach, which, in my opinion, prisons probably aren't supposed to have. Maybe a normal real-life prison could be, you know, a little bit less oppressive than prisons are. In America, anyway, but I feel like it's a little bit more important to be maximum security when there are altered items that destroy reality just kind of hanging around. Whoop, hang on. Seize that man! Seize him! That is actually way faster now. Appreciably so. I don't actually know how to use the shield rush. I've never used it. It says that you use the, I think it's you use the dash while you have your shield up? How do I do it? Shield, and then dash. Eh. I think I just did it? I don't know, it didn't really hurt that guy. Maybe I have to let go of it while I'm dashing. I'm not sure. I guess if I look at the abilities menu, it'll tell me how to do it. Our time together was short but sweet. Okay. Time for some family medicine. Wonder if they have a gastroenterology clinic down here. Probably more useful than mine. Just dash into people while holding the shield. Okay. I did that. It didn't seem to do anything. But we'll keep trying. Here we go. This will help. Probably. This will probably help. Or not, because we You only have a level 5 card. Oh, great. My favorite video game enemy type. Gribblies. Who doesn't love Gribblies? I love Gribblies. I can't get enough of them. I'm a big fan. Hell yeah! Oh, there's a bunch of them too. I am excited to meet them. Mold autopsy. The deceased was a 729-year-old human male with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold, in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in its appearance. Oh, you idiots! Why did you do that? You people are so scientific. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus known as the mold, to an extent that medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as the deceased's high body temperature and undulating torso muscles, presumably, but not provably, caused by trapped gases. Yeah, I know what that's like. Routine samples, as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill, were successfully extracted. However, their rapid retrogression outside of the host body needs to be noted. Cause of death? Mold ingestion. Have these people never seen a horror movie before? Damn it. I'm looking forward to meeting this Dr. Underhill, so that I can talk to her about how she's completely irresponsible. She belongs more at home in the horror genre than the video game genre. Although I guess they can go hand in hand. Whoa! Yeah! Oh, baby, a triple! I love you, Pierce. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. We're not gonna mess around with that with these guys. Believe it or not, these stupid shambling gribbly men are dangerous. They don't look too dangerous, but wait till they barf on you. Let them barf on each other. I mean, hell, I guess I could use C's if they want a live specimen for some reason. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is all fucked up. I don't like any of this. None of this bodes well. Really? There we go. How about that? Oh, don't breathe this, Jesse. So this is why someone in the chat earlier told me to bust down a portrait with a hole behind it. Sometimes, more often than not, that one that they told me to bust down was one of the outliers. More often than not, portraits that have holes somewhere in the portrait are secret walls you can destroy for collectibles and other items. Oh my god. I thought that was an enemy. Fuck that. Fuck that room. Fuck the medical wing. Condemn the whole place. Let the clocks take it. But yeah, anytime you see one of those hole portraits and I miss it, let me know. That's one of the things you are allowed to spoil for me. If I just walk right by one, because I am terrible at noticing those. Oh, I'm so bad at finding those. How's it coming? Is the frame rate still holding up? I realized that thing happened that I had to go to windowed mode and then back, but from my amount of testing I did, it seems like that fixes the problem whenever it happens. Let's just hope it doesn't happen during something important. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that is like, oh, we'll just hope nothing bad happens. I'm not that guy. I will never be that guy. I will not be satisfied until something is well and truly solved. I'm just that anal about it, I guess. I love anal. I love being anal. I love doing anal stuff. But in this case, I have no choice. It's OBS, not me. There's very limited amount of stuff I can do except for fix it whenever issues crop up. Let's see. Wolf Globe. No unique procedures required. However, contact should be limited, as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand-painted, spins freely on all axes. While the continents and oceans are recognizably those of Earth, careful examination has revealed numerous things that do not make sense, and other geographic additions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a city marked on it, named Tanrilio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subjects dizzy and disoriented, with some reporting a feeling of unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in... I'm gonna hope that's spelled out letters and not a number. Let's be generous and say maybe like 3 handlers. Because that could either be a number in the multiple thousands, or a typed out word that's slightly lower, between 1 and 10. In all handlers. Okay, that's worse. That's worse than what I was thinking. Ooh. I don't like that one bit. In every handler. All of them. You don't want to know how many handlers.
August 4th, 1964. We discovered the oldest house while investigating a suspected altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. The agents found their way up into the building. Once we became aware of it, it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight. A slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation. It's a place of power. An ongoing AWE of its own, seemingly adhering to its physical outer constraints and yet constantly breaking the known boundaries of reality. It's unstable, shifting. Note, for more details on control points and the research and process to stabilize and secure the core sectors, refer to a separate presentation. After extensive research,
there they are again.
Investigation, the Bureau made the building its headquarters on November 13th, 1968. The Federal Bureau of Control was never out in the open. This was always an obfuscated, classified top secret operation. So imagine our surprise when the building's observation-resistant aspects began in some unquantifiable way to affect the Bureau as a whole.
It just, I mean, he did say there were more presentations on the subject. I guess there's no reason to wrap it up there. Will we be playing the Foundation DLC? In fact, we will. We will be playing both DLCs. And I am excited because I haven't played either of them. The last time I played Control was a year ago, about when I streamed it. And neither of the DLCs nor several of the convenience changes they've made, were in the game at that point. I'm excited. I'm really psyched. Because, I mean, if the DLCs of AWE and Foundation are anything close to the quality level of the main game, I mean, it's going to be more hours of enjoyment, really. And regarding all of the setup I had to do, right, to make this game run well with OBS, not on my computer. I should say, this game, if you have RTX level stuff, like, you know, even the RTX like 2060, right? This game is made for that generation of cards. If your computer is even remotely modern, it will be able to run this game perfectly fine. Figuring out all of the problems I've had to get this game to display properly was worth it. I mean, look at it. It's fucking beautiful. This game is just gorgeous. Look at that lady. That lady's doing some kind of like mosh pit dance. I wonder if there's anybody around here that's just straight up T-posing. There has to be at least one. Okay. Let's finally bust into the Panopticon, shall we?
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
I guess Polaris is taking a bathroom break. And we will too soon. Not right now, but soon. Duh! Had to sneeze there. I missed whatever that was. Doesn't matter. I'm sure it wasn't important. Not foreboding in the slightest. Apparently that's my bathroom. I didn't know I had a cameo in this game. Okay. Oh. You know, this is reminding me of that America Overnight tape we listened to. Remember? With the ghost under the bed and all that stuff. A corpse under the bed. Remember that? Something about the blood under the door. It looks very fresh. The screaming also sounded pretty fresh. But I do love that as just an indicator that, hey, maybe this place isn't 100% safe. Maybe like 99%. Okay. Smack it like it's the Fonz in a jukebox. Okay. Oh. That one was weirdly simple. Maybe it was like, I don't know, entering the correct combination for a safe. Something like that. Opening up the security doors. Not sure what that one was supposed to represent from like a metaphorical perspective, rather. Take me to the fire breaks. I have a ticket to an alternate dimension.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me? Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Given the general state of the place, I would imagine being a prisoner here as like a sentient creature and not like a rubber duck. It's probably not a pleasant experience. But then again, being on the run from a shadowy government agency for 17 years doesn't sound too fun either. Shades of a feather flock together, I guess. Hey, buddy. I'll let you finish.
Cell breaches popping up all over the place. What's going on with the items?
Maybe we could find out together.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art
that facepalm
for all altered items.
I don't have time for this.
Power and
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's It's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there. Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here.
You got it.
Get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
How rude! He was so cordial.
I told Salvador it was dangerous, but no. Why listen to Langston? I'm just the Panopticon supervisor.
I think Langston is the first person we've met that doesn't know that Jesse is the new director. He won't be the last, but he's the first person we've met that's had his nose so stuffed in his business here that he doesn't really have time to look at posters on the wall to see if there's a new director, you know.
Numerous cell breaches on...
Whoop, sorry about that.
Is the TV back in its box yet? There's no rush or anything, it's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
I had a few questions first. In fact, I have a bunch of questions. You said this place is built by Trench. That's something that's kind of interesting. That Trench neglected to mention in his hotline call to us. He neglected to mention that the Panopticon was apparently wholly his idea. I have a theory behind the Panopticon and why it exists. I'm wondering if it has something to do with our Northmore sarcophagus that's powering this whole fucking place. I wonder if he took an example from it. I was like, what if we did that, but for everything around here that's potentially dangerous? It's fine. Most of them aren't sentient.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service.
Good dental?
Better health care. That's not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
You know what? I would say completely normal. I would say that you're a bit of a weirdo if you don't grow attached to this place after working here for so long. It's fine. Some kind of sociopath wouldn't, you know, get super into this whole shadowy agency end of the world scenario control thing. It's fine.
How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them.
Did he say
flipping
singing?
the lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
I wish the board could sing. Hearing the board sing would be interesting. It's just in that weird, like, half radio static mutter that they do.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive.
Angry
Now they're all
frogs.
raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
That is a nice metaphor. That's the best metaphor I have heard since the Time Egg. Hell yes. Langston, let me tell you about this fan fiction I read one time. It's called Time Knife. It features a strong, handsome gentleman named Paul Marine. Never mind, it doesn't matter. We'll revisit Time Knife. I revisited the Quantum Break streams just to get an idea of what my streams used to be like versus now. Hey, as it turns out, as of the previous fucking Control stream, they're not that different, are they? But I love Quantum Break. I will play that game again for you someday. Oh, that game's so damn good.
Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no smoking policy? It does. Just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
He still has vision. And also he still smokes, wherever and whatever he is now.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years, and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me.
Yeah, I wouldn't, I would be careful which way you phrase that. You don't want to go around sounding like fucking Travis Bickle.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Langston's like our lore master. He knows what he's talking about. I like him. I like the guy. Langston...
Better not get blamed for this mess in the next performance review. I have a cat to feed.
See? He's a cool dude. He's got a cat to feed. Also, he's got a cat to feed? I hope you got someone else to take care of that cat, because you're probably going to be here at work for quite some time, sir. Good luck storming the threshold. Thanks, Dr. Zyman. Thanks for, hanging out for more control.
Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
I mean, there's many doors, Ed boy. Especially in this place. Okay, welcome to the Panopticon. It seems like it goes up a long way. You know what I would have done if I were creating the Panopticon? If I were Trench, what I would have done is made it so that the Panopticon moves up and down. Why didn't they do that? Because it seems like we have to go to Dylan's cell. Or I guess we have to go shut off the TV first, but... I don't know. Why not make it so that the Panopticon can come to you? I realized that probably would have been... It probably would have been difficult to pull off, but look at where we are. It seems like this is the kind of place to do that sort of thing. Maybe you could have an object of power do it. Don't even have to do it ourselves. I wonder what these are, though. Maybe these, like... Well, I was gonna say they rotate, but they don't look like they... Oh, no, they have tracks. Okay, so I guess there is a limited amount of mobility to take you where you need to go. I suppose these floors, each one, the bridge rotates. So you could at least circumvent a little bit of the travel time by just standing on one end. I suppose. I mean, this place is overwhelmingly non-Euclidean, so I mean, it doesn't really matter if it could just change shape at any fucking time, but, you know, a little bit of order would be nice. I'd have built more than one elevator. Yeah, so would I. I would have built more than one elevator as well. And you know what I also would have done? Built more than one directorial override. There's the post box. Die Hard Man will be calling any time to tell us how to make our own. Bread basket. You gotta have a picnic, boo-boo. Metal fan. I don't know if we have the log on this one yet. Either way, this is a pretty huge metal fan. Big fan of Metallica for like 1989 to 1994 and no other years. It's a real shame actually that Metallica broke up after like 1995. It's a shame they never made any more music. Oh my god, what if the fan is on fan death? Oh, you're right.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's one's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
I agree. Look at him just floating along. Not a care in the world, this guy. Hello. I will be murdering you soon. But in self-defense. You know, like when your neighbor won't turn down the your neighbor won't turn down the volume on his music and it's infesting your ears so that you like get a murderous bloodlust. You know, you gotta stop the murderous bloodlust somehow. Maybe don't kill your neighbor. Don't kill your neighbor. I may have just accidentally advised you to kill your neighbor. Don't do it if they're playing loud music. Just tell them to turn it down.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Oh, hey. Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't, I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back, I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to handle that ASAP once we solve this TV problem. That sucks. I can only wonder what happened to his replacement. Maybe his replacement was supposed to come and just got eaten by the hiss, or maybe he wasn't able to get here because of the lockdown. I wonder whose fault that is. We'll worry about it later, I guess. Let's make charge. Let's take charge of this situation. I'm the director. I gotta act like it. Bam! Charge is our rocket launcher. It's true, it is. Charge is our rocket launcher. And with that, I think we have all of them now. I think the DLCs add more, but I don't know when you unlock them. I think this is all of them for now. Either way, we're going to save our, we're going to save up and upgrade spin again later. Charge is cool. I like charge, because if an enemy needs to die right now, you could just shoot a rocket at them and it will pin itself to them and then blow up. But if you have time, like you're hiding around a corner or something, you can charge up to 3 rockets at once and then fire them around a corner from safety. And then you can kill pretty much anything in one hit if it doesn't have a shield. 58% blast radius increase. I'm definitely not going to kill myself with that. Projectile speed. Well, we'll do this instead. This is probably a better idea, because this will just cause me to kill myself with charge. Charge is the only weapon we have, right now anyway. Again, I don't know about the DLCs yet. Charge is the only weapon we have that can do splash damage to us. So we need to be very careful where we shoot the thing and what we shoot it at. Because if we're not careful enough, Jacobs is going to embarrass himself on the internet. I've never done anything like that before, right? Not once. Not one time. I think we're probably good. Thinking about when a good time to take a break would be. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. It's been about 2 hours. We'll take a quick break. A little bit less. I will be right back. Refill my drink, go to the bathroom, all that stuff. If you have to throw some things around with telekinesis, go to the bathroom, use your otherworldly building shifting powers to walk on the ceiling like a cool guy, whatever you need to do, now's a good time to go do it. I will be back in just a minute, and so will you. See you then. I'm back. I'm back, and I am changing my shirt. I'm changing my shirt because I have to change out of my sweatshirt. It's getting a little hot in here. It's very humid these past couple of days because there's thunder and lightning, but no rain, so it's just kind of muggy. And that's probably my least favorite of any type of weather that I've ever experienced. I fucking hate muggy but not rainy weather where it's just damp and hot and you go outside and it's hard to breathe. If I lived in one of those areas where there were wildfires and stuff, I would probably have a different opinion on what is the worst type of weather. But boy, muggy weather sucks. I prefer snow even to muggy weather. Like, summer is my least favorite season. I hate summer. And maybe it's because I've spent my whole life living in pretty temperate places. Like, if I lived somewhere that was maybe cooler in the summer, maybe I wouldn't mind them as much. But goddamn, I fucking hate summer. I hate how loud it is outside all the time, because there are people everywhere. You have to take care of yard work and all that stuff. I hate how it randomly rains, but it's still extremely hot. It gets muggy for no reason. It's tornado season. I cannot stand temperate climate summers. Humidity is just the worst. I say eradicate humidity as a concept. We need an object of power or an altered item to cause an AWE that eradicates the concept of humidity. Just fucking make Earth into Mars. It's fine. We'll adapt. Maybe. I wonder if that wears on the nerves of the people who work at the Bureau. The idea that, like, it's all just chaos and luck, basically. Someday, there may be an altered world event that renders all of their efforts null and void, because it's something that cannot be contained for whatever reason. Like, everything so far has been able to be contained, but what if the hiss is the straw that breaks the reality's back, you know? What if something like the hiss, but it's genuinely unstoppable happens? What do we do then? Do we just reveal the existence of the Bureau to mankind and make a mass exodus to another dimension? What can we do? I'm sure there are a lot of SCP wiki speculative fiction pieces that are like that, where there's like an end of the world scenario, XK class or whatever, and you gotta like, well, that's it. The SCP Foundation's out in the open now. Fuck. What do we do? And then they always have a big stupid downer ending because, like, SCP articles are obligated to be negative in some way. Positive SCP articles are diamonds in the rough, man. They're always so dour in tone. I got a big old glass of water. It's not even really able to be called a glass of water. It's more like a mug of water. I need to drink a lot of water, even if I haven't eaten very much, because, like, if I don't drink a full glass of water an hour, I dry up like a raisin and get dehydrated, and it sucks. Every day, I've been drinking a full glass of water an hour every day for years now. Even when I have something else to drink, like, you know, on stream, sometimes I drink Arnold Palmer tea. Rest in peace, Arnold Palmer. He's still dead. Even when I have Arnold Palmer tea, I have a glass of water next to the glass of Arnold Palmer tea. Just, it sucks. But it also stabilizes my health just a little bit more. I do whatever I can at this point, really. You must piss like a racehorse. You'd think, but no, all that water goes directly... Let's not get into it. It's too gross to talk about. You don't want to know. the water is absorbed by my body and used for other things, because I apparently have an eternal deficiency of such thing. You know that whole thing about, like, oh, a human being's supposed to drink 9, 10, 11, 12, 58 glasses of water a day? That stuff is bullshit, right? The amount of water you are supposed to drink is drink a glass of water when you feel thirsty. That's it. And if you drink a glass of water when you feel thirsty, then you will be fine and not be dehydrated. You don't need to drink a glass of water an hour unless you are someone like me who has dehydration problems. It's just that for me, it turns out to be pretty accurate. I don't know why. No, I've talked to my doctors about it, and they're like, are you eating enough fiber? And I'm like, fuck you, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired all the time. Well, you can't cry in front of your doctor. It'll make him feel awkward. You don't want to make your doctor feel awkward. The doctor who's put his hands in your colon. You don't want to make him feel awkward. That's got to be a hell of a thing to come in on. A bunch of people just showed up to the stream talking about my doctor putting his hands in my colon. He didn't find anything in there. Didn't find his car keys or anything like that, but he was probably looking for them. All right, let's get back to controlling control. Let's get back in control of control. Real quick, I'm gonna go between windowed and full screen again, just to refresh it, because we know how this game has problems with that. We're back. We're back, and it doesn't look like anything got horribly messed up. We have charge now. Charge is our rocket launcher. Observe. If you thought the guns so far made it hard to see, wait until you see charge in action. Oh man! Whoa, there are friends! Hey! I'm here to hopefully help! Hopefully I don't get any of you killed this time. I hope we have another success story here today. Charge is, for obvious reasons, not the best weapon to use on flying enemies. Hello, friend. How are you? Are you still alive? You seem like it. Wearing an HRA? Look at him. He's taking care of business up here with his cool gun. I like it. Oh wait, he's got a rocket launcher. Nice. A man after my own heart. I got one too. And I've got friends. Oh, careful, buddy. You're gonna get me killed. I think he just fired a rocket at a wall. Oh, we're good though. I think there are enemies below us somewhere. Maybe down here on the platform. Hello. I did in fact just beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. That's one of my favorite things to do in this game now that we've unlocked the skill. Imagine being the guy who friendly fired the new director. You know what? To be fair, I've done the same thing to so many of these people at this rate, it doesn't matter. What's a little rocket fire shared between friends? Here we go. I have heard from a certain source, another video game that you and I may have played together, that mirrors are more fun than television. And boy, there are a lot of mirrors now that I have the RTX reflections turned on. But let's see what the other end of the boob tube is like.
I need to cleanse it.
Okay. It turns out... It turns out Max Payne 2 was correct. Televisions are, in fact, not very fun at all. Cool as hell, though. Okay. Apparently it wants us to chase it. I guess that's fine. Chase scenes are pretty standard for TV shows, movies, and the like. I like it. Giving us a real cinematic view of things. Yep. And it's in widescreen, too. I like that the music is stuttering. Oh boy. Yeah, the TV is literally playing hard to get. Uh-oh. Hello there, friend. Yeah, remember when Arish and I think also Marshall were talking about Salvador? I've got bad news. Well, I guess good and bad news. The good news is Salvador's still running around. The bad news is he's not actually still running around. He also brought friends. His entire team is here, annoyingly enough, and I'm trying very hard to stay out of his line of sight. Because this fight stumps a lot of people. Oh, this fight stumps a lot of people. Myself included. My first playthrough, this fight kicked my tail feathers. Cool, because he is dangerous. Whew. Thankfully, I have kitted myself out specifically for this fight, because he takes a hell of damage from getting headshot. And also, charge is good for taking down shields. Oh! And his telekinesis is good for taking down Jesse's, as it turns out. Come here. I got another employee who needs a demotion. Someone has overstepped their bounds. I really need to use my shield more. I'm not using shield as much as this game wants you to. Would save me a lot of running around like a crazy person.
The thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
No one except for Jesse Faden. Ah? Although I guess saying that doesn't bode well for Dylan. I like that I don't think in this scenario I was even the one to take out Salvador. I think that my possessed friend was the one who did it.
Another object of power going nuts.
Here we go again.
Hold that thought, I'm not mentally prepared. Plus there's logs to pick up. Yoink. Hey, anchors away. When the crew of the White Ocelot first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the somewhere. There's a lot of places to fish on Earth. Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew attempted to cajole it into dancing with them on the deck by throwing a tin bucket, which disappeared into the sphere. Also, it did not dance with them. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the Fishing Vessel, very uncreative name, rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates, written down for clarity's sake here, and not redacted, and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off of the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by the OOP Transport Authority to the U.S. port of Port Authority. Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via a lot of human lives. Okay. Well, I guess the anchor accidentally got attached to a gravity sphere. Whoops. 1976 this was. Very long time ago. Okay. Well. Oh, that's making me pretty dizzy. Let's change the channel. Oh, by the way, you can fly in this game. Did I forget to mention? We can just fly now. We can just levitate. We can just fly now. We can now superhero, just like the board says. We can now superhero, and we never need to worry about fall damage ever again. And there are so many more places we can go now, and we can fire our gun. We can use our telekinesis. We can pull up our shield. We can control enemies with C's. We can dash. We can hold the spacebar to descend fast, or we can hit spacebar without holding it to descend slowly. It's unbelievable! It's unbelievable! We can aim and everything. We can fire our charge. Oh! Oh, you guys, I love it. And enemies can't hit shit while you're flying. I love it! And when you land, you could just jump back up infinitely. Doesn't take energy or anything. You just go. You could just go. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The amount of things, the amount of possibilities that this opens up. Oh! It's so cool. I didn't know you could fly either when I played this game. I didn't know either. This came as such a pleasant surprise. It completely changed the way I played this game. Like, think about it, right? Now we can just, anything that's, any room that is taller than person height is no challenge for us now. We could just fly up to the ceiling, and enemies will have to shoot up at us. It's incredible. It's so incredible. Newsflash!
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
Oh, I like that. You get it? The board was speaking in television metaphors. See? Newsflash, APB, you get it. So I think I can do this now. I don't remember. Let me try this. Let's see if we can do this now. Oh. Oh. I guess this is, I mean, I was kind of... Okay. I got an ability point for doing that. I guess because they wanted you to see this cool shadow on the wall. Look at how large that shadow is. It's so realistic. I kind of assumed there would be somewhere to go back there, but... Hey, look at that. Now that we can levitate, we just got an ability point for finding a hidden area. Although that one wasn't so hidden. All right, here we go. Up and up and up. Give me that tube. Okay, that works too. Tube? Or not. So the only thing that makes levitating dangerous in any way is that you need to make sure that you have energy when you do it, because you gotta dodge out of the way of projectiles. You can't sprint while you're in the air, obviously. So you need to make sure you have some excess energy so that you can use your dash move. So you gotta... There's no way to make us go faster except for dashing. And this is where stuff like those personal mods that make you take less energy while dashing come into play. They're just handy now, because we have so many uses of such things. Our dash move it's got such utility to it now. It already had utility, and now it has even more. Okay, now we can float our way to level 5. It's actually real convenient timing that we had to take care of the TV and gain the power of flight, because the elevator to level 5 is broken. So we would have needed to climb up to level 5 anyway. Funny coincidence, that. Yeah, you just get flight. We just have the ability to fly now. Forever. We can now fly forever. To an extent, I mean. Like, if you can't... We don't have the ability to go higher than her maximum jump. So that way they keep you from getting out of bounds and all that kind of stuff. But in general, the flight is pretty much unlimited. Like, we can't get up to this level up here, but... because we'll just bump our head, but... Hell, let's see, where can we go? Where else can we go? There's like little alcoves and stuff everywhere that you could just float on over to now. I'm glad they give you this big, giant area, too. To futz around with it in. It's wonderful. It's so cool that they just give it to you. Didn't even have to do anything for it. It was free. Aha! Enemy spotted. Says get well soon. I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I will get well soon. Balloon probably should say my condolences instead. Here's the swan boat that like propelled people so hard they turned into mist when they got close. It's a good thing this thing's behind bars. Where it deserves to be. Put that swan boat in prison. Hey, and here's the water cooler we heard about that turns into random stuff when it's unobserved. I guess there's nothing for it to turn into, so even if we're not observing it, it's stuck as a water cooler for now. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've never seen one of those before. That one's probably not. That one probably doesn't refer to anything.
Dylan. He's so close.
Yep. Maximum security. And boy, they did such a great job of it. Man, this place is so heavily fortified that the walls are black rock. It's lined with black rock on these inlets. The doors are black rock. Floor is probably made out of black rock too. Doesn't seem to have helped them any.
Hello? Can you hear me? Jesse.
What's up, Emily? Are you gonna tell me about the time egg?
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way. We need to get back. I have to see my brother.
Well, that's unfortunate. He probably just waltzed on out while we were taking care of the whole television thing. Got a feeling that this has probably been like this for a while. We probably should have a word with him. I think that's the only plot beat in this game that I think is a little silly, right? Is we went all the way here to find him, and it turns out we could have just waited. He was making his own way to the hub. Whoops. Just a little silly. But at least we stopped a world-ending event because of, you know, the whole TV transforming reality thing. Dylan Faden observation. What do we got? 9:30, breakfast brought. 11:54, gets out of bed, uses toilet, returns to bed. A man after my own heart. 11:57, asks for TV to be turned on. Staff do so. Noon, lunch, breakfast removed. Noon, 02 p.m., eats lunch. Man, he just wolfs that down. 2:38, uses toilet. Man, if only I could be that regular. 4:03 p.m., begins talking to self. Recording speech is not possible due to noise from television. 4:07, becomes upset, throws lunch tray at glass. 4:09, sedated. Crew clean the cell, television's turned off. 6:12, comes to, asks for television to be turned on. Staff refuse. 6:16, sleeps ? I mean, he could be moping. I'm going to assume this was not any time recently, perhaps back when he was a rebellious teenager. A rebellious teenager talking to himself, listening to the noise of the television. Definitely not foreboding in any way. Teenagers do that all the time. I did that when I was a teenager. I still do that today. Except now I record it and put it online for everyone to see. And usually there are no technical hitches. Usually.
Alright, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean. Back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. I guess she got what she wanted.
Great. So she wanted to see the world.
Great.
Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here. You know that.
Oh,
Any
Jesus.
cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session.
That's brutal. I like that he was smart enough to know that he was casting a line, going fishing for information. I wonder how many times they fished for information on Jessie. She, I mean, allegedly has been on the run from them since the Ordinary thing. I wonder if they were actively pursuing her, or if Dylan covered for her, despite, you know, being a little upset that she hadn't joined him here. Interesting. I like that he feels disillusioned with his sister, but he doesn't want her to get kidnapped, probably. Well, maybe he didn't want her to get kidnapped. I don't know how true that is anymore. He seems a little upset. A little bit upset. Maybe I wonder if he's looked at any of the portraits on the walls. Maybe he knows that Jesse's the director now and he's come to say hello. I'll just hope that it's that. I'll hope that that's the case, instead of the alternative based on all of the red floodlights around his enclosure. his animal zoo enclosure. It is a shame. It's a real shame that they tried to manipulate him like that instead of just being honest with him. Maybe they didn't trust that he would be honest with them. Maybe they... Oh, it's raining now. Oh, hell yeah. Fuck you, humidity. Go away, humidity. Who needs you? Oh. Oh, that rain is loud, actually. Uh-oh. Might have to turn my mic down. Oh my god, it's actually really loud. Can you hear that when I'm talking? Can you hear the rain? I hope you can't. It sounds like someone is shooting at my house with some sort of Gatling gun that fires BB pellets. Okay, so I guess we could just go right back to the hub, but maybe you've already forgotten, a certain someone needs our help. A certain someone who is currently staring at a refrigerator. You remember the refrigerator, right? The refrigerator with the magnets on it, the tragic story of the building that fell on the child. You remember that? Okay, bad news. We need to go and take care of that now. No, I'm busy! Trying to protect my workforce. Oh boy! Damn, that was a nice headshot. Thanks, C. Jacobs. Oh my god, that's a lot of explosions. Here, let me add to them. Let's just blow up everything, it's fine. We can fly now. I can fly above all of the explosions. What? Hey, where do you think you're going, trying to escape my wrath? I am about to be a family reunited, I'll have you know. This is the best day of my life. I am loving it here. It's like Jesse says, this place is enchanting. He doesn't ever want to leave. And you know what? Now that we have the ability to fucking fly, I don't blame her. Oh yeah, I am very glad that I have decked out grip for headshots, because I mean, it hurts. It hurts bad. Not me, but them. We'll take care of our ability points later. We got some important business. Hey buddy, I'm back.
Keep them open. Hope.
It's okay.
Hey, what can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you, thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus. Right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
Don't worry, pal. Help is on the way. I mean, technically help is here. We could do this in shifts, but it's fine. I'll leave you to it. You seem like you're already pretty transfixed. Thankfully, we have the ability to fly now, so it doesn't take too long to get back down. Up, other end. Damn it. It would be nice to take over for a couple minutes. You know, just give him a break real quick before going to find help. But who fucking knows what it'll do if you look at it from behind the glass, right? Maybe you have to be in the room with the refrigerator.
Hey.
Langston!
Containment failure in Panopticon cell 69. Get it? 69.
I do not see what is humorous about an escaped paranatural entity originating from cell 69, sir.
You just said it. Come on, you guys. It's funny.
Yeah, it is! Yes! Oh, I have never heard him say that before. That's wonderful. Hell yes. My man.
Some of the
Told you I like this Langston guy.
How do I get those fixed?
Maintenance staff will...
Shut up! We got important business.
Philip up in a cell? He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been in there for over a day, I totally forgot.
Over a day?!
You forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss, the Benikoff TV. Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There. Done. Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well.
Believe me, I'm well aware of that at this point, Mr. Langston. Sorry, Fred.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Oh, you'll be here and not watching a refrigerator. Interesting how you didn't offer to help out with that. You let us into the room and you trust us to solve the problem ourselves, but you didn't, I don't see you taking up fridge watching duty. It's fine. He's got more important things to worry about. It's okay. I guess we will watch the fridge in shifts for now then. Bill and I. So I guess that's going to be the next several hours of this stream, is letting our new buddy Philip get some rest while we watch the fridge. I am a little busy, Senior Staff Officer ID number I don't really have time to read because I'm trying not to die. I don't have time for this. I have to take charge of this situation. Also, I hear exploding enemies. Oh. Duh. This is a bad place to fight this man. Oh yeah, I've completely forgotten that firing charge at these guys is a bad idea. Because they have telekinesis. They could just catch your fucking charge and throw it back at you. I am on important administrative business. You are not helping. Oops. Uh-oh. Nope, Jesse, get... Well, that's bad. Stop! Oh, I just barely can't get all the way up there. That's a shame. Well, taking a long way then. We actually eventually will get an ability that allows us to get just a little bit higher. Just a little higher. Just higher enough. Oh my god! You dick! Oh my god, this guy! Ugh. Whew. I can see why he was a member of the security team. That guy had stones! Tons of them. Would have been easier if he was up here on the upper level, Jesus. Which way is Philip? Is Philip this way? No, Philip is this way. I got turned around. I guess we could have just teleported, but it's good that I fought those enemies. I got some more crafting supplies and stuff. Philip! I'm back!
Hello? Jesse?
Hey!
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Let's do it!
Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip?
Uh-oh. Oh!
If I look away, it hurts me.
Yeah. This is a problem. I think, we kind of angled the camera here. Yeah, that's...
I can't get out,
and I can't look away. Maybe I can cleanse it.
That would be nice. Just don't blink. So, here's something that's neat about the fridge while we're here, stuck in the room with it. It only hurts us if both of us aren't looking at it. And by both of us, I mean you and me, and Jesse. Jesse can look away. And we can look away. But it only hurts Jesse if both of us look away. I think that's just kind of neat. I don't know why that is that way. I don't know if it's a happy coincidence or what, but god damn it, let's cleanse this fridge before it kills any more of my employees.
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
Oh. Oh! 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 Big boy footprint! I think we may have found whatever decided to have poor Philip for a snack. It's horrible. It's horrible and I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. I don't like anything about it. It's really horrible, and I'm going to shoot its orbs back into its stupid eye. I also have a rocket launcher. Why don't I use it? Mm-hmm. Careful. Uh-huh. He's got a lot of arms. He really wants to kill me with them. Oh my god. I feel like it's hard to get a picture of the size of this horrible creature. It's kind of large, and it's in charge for sure.
Wait, there's no Black Pyramid here.
Fired now, though. It has been demoted.
The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
Potentially. I hope we never meet again. So, I think we just got a hotline message about it, right? Yeah, there we go. We just got a message from the board. Board, please help me. What was that horrible creature? Get hyped. I don't, well, hang on. Yes. Okay. Well, I guess now we know that was a pretty thinly veiled threat from the board. I don't like that at all. I do not like the board threatening me, because I feel like it's the only thing in this current situation we found ourselves in that really can. I like the way it says, essentially what it said is, you will never work in this town again. If you leave, you will be sorry / dead. don't know, that seems like a threat to me. Okay, so I guess this former, as it is called in the subtitles, is a former member or facet of whatever the board is. You know, the board refers to itself as we or us, so I guess the board is technically multiple entities that form one gestalt entity that controls the pyramid in the astral plane. So I guess the board used to be one member stronger. And unfortunately, it seems getting rid of former didn't get rid of its ability to control objects of power or to imbue them, like the board can do for stuff like the floppy disk. It looks like former is basically the Bizarro board. The board imbues objects of power with positive energies that can be harnessed by people like Jesse, whereas former imbues objects of power with negative energies that can be cleansed to become just a normal fucking fridge again. Let us hope this is now a normal fridge. Lovely drawings, though. Well, I say lovely, but nobody looks happy in that picture except for the child. That drawing actually kind of does look, well, it's got multiple eyes, but whatever it is, it's not happy. It's still a fucked up fridge, but it obeys you now. Okay, well that's fine. I command you to operate at optimal temperature and not eat more of my employees. Oh, Philip. I like that there's an ashtray here. I like that the implication is that he was allowed to have amenities like smoking and I don't know, drinking coffee to stay awake. Wouldn't the smoke get in your eyes? It's just an accident waiting to happen. Workplace safety, people. Let's see. Incident in question occurred on... His name was Philip Filson? Emphasis on was. I'm glad he's dead. That's an unfortunate name to have, Philip Filson. He was only a junior agent, too. Incident in question occurred on some date and was brought to HR department's attention by the internal security personnel who intervened. According to reports supported by security camera footage, Agent Filson entered the staff kitchen with the intention of consuming his private meal, a homemade sandwich cut diagonally and packed in a plastic container, but discovered the refrigerator had done some very terrible things to his meal. Agent Filson began to kick the Bureau-owned appliance as he expressed his frustration in a loud and profane manner. This behavior caused multiple staff members present to become alarmed. Security was alerted soon after. Filson complied with security's commands to desist. Recommendation: Agent Filson was reprimanded and suspended for the remainder of the week. The review committee recommends one non-mandatory counseling session. So, I wonder if his shifts on fridge duty did that to him. I wonder if they made him upset that the fridge had ruined his cold cut sandwich. Or if he always had violent tendencies and the fridge just brought them out of him. Maybe this is why he was on fridge duty. They were like, oh, you're gonna mistreat company property? We'll put you two in a room together until you sort your differences out. And well, look what happened. Yeah, I don't think he had his lunch stored in this fridge. It's probably just, you know, an ironic twist of fate that he happened to meet his end at the hands of something that already was the subject of his ire. But then again, maybe that's why. Maybe the fridge knew that he had treated a fridge poorly in the past. Maybe the fridge was aware of his previous treatment of similar implements. Maybe the fridge felt the pain of him mistreating the fridge that he kicked. My God. So there's a couple more things we could do here. I think we'll come back later. Well, I was gonna I was gonna explore around a little bit, but we don't have to do that right now. That's a rocket! Whoa, that was close. Would you please cut that out? Thankfully, rockets can get stuck to hiss clusters, which makes them basically like mines, essentially, for other enemies. Like an enemy will run over to the hiss cluster to get healed, and then charge will blow them up, basically. Or the hiss cluster will run away from you and into a crowd of enemies. Let's just get out of here for now. Gotta go talk to Dylan. He's, for some reason, made it back. He made his own way there, I guess. We'll just teleport back. Back to Central Executive we go. The Panopticon is a weird place. It's a weird place, and there's a lot of really interesting stuff to be found there. Again, we still have some exploring to do in the Panopticon. All those empty cells gotta get full again somehow. I'm glad the Panopticon exists. Oh hey, looks like Marshall left and Arish is back.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god.
What have we here? Put a record on. Old 45s. So this is our first DLC. Technically, it was free, but this right here is our introduction to the jukebox. We haven't gone to visit the jukebox yet, but over in that direction, there's a jukebox. And before the update that put in what we are going to probably see in a little while, before that update, the jukebox did nothing. But maybe our buddy Arish knows. How do we activate the jukebox? Let me play Coconut.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record.
Coconut?
Be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous.
Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought them back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
I think we'll do that later. Thank you, Arish. We have,
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
We have more important business to attend to.
Stop by any time.
So yeah, expeditions are basically the repeatable combat content for Control. Accidental alliteration included. It's cool that they don't make you run around in the game world if you want to just experiment with your playstyle, or if you, I don't know, just want to play more of Control for fun and rewards like unique weapon mods and stuff. It's kind of like a roguelike experience, kind of, but the objectives are almost always the same in expeditions. The differences come in the form of where the objectives are, or enemy formations, or the general difficulty, which we can tweak using jukebox tokens. Which is cool, but we will do that later. Let's go find Dylan. You are not Dylan.
Antithetical to every variant of the hiss signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Hi, Emily.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him.
My brother? Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Do my best. I'm always careful. And in the event being careful isn't enough, I have charge now. Though I would hate to use it on Dylan before at least finding out what his deal is. Polaris is the name of our head ferrofluid thing. Polaris is what Jesse calls her guiding star, our quest objective orb. We understand the hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, and perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? I can answer that! The answer is no. It's the same in different languages. Because you can play Control in different languages. The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the hiss is referring to? Do the hiss believe that humanity, possibly all non-hiss life, wants to join it, to be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There is a clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. I agree, Pope. The one thing that you shouldn't do when confronted with an extra-dimensional entity is dismiss the things that it says to you as nonsense that cannot be understood. Clearly it means something. Clearly it means something, even if it's supposed to just be catchy and make you want to say it and make you want to become a hiss. Timeline of events. Shit's fucked. Minute number 0. Shit's fucked. Minute number now. Shit's still fucked. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in hiss behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate a ground zero of the invasion, located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Okay, so ground zero is in the executive sector then. So we're not actually safe here, we're only kind of safe here. Great. Maybe let's just all crowd up in Ati's office. It seems pretty safe there. Other than having to listen to him singing. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer. How did the hiss get past the internal lockdown? How does hiss resonance advance through space? Deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world? Cross-dimensional destination? Hey, that's an interesting theory. Here on Earth, we could be just a stepping stone to wherever they're actually going. Maybe the hiss is trying to consume all dimensions, and ours just happens to be the one that they stopped at today. Where are they going to stop tomorrow? I don't know. Let's see if Dylan knows.
Did you hear that the hiss prisoner they captured is the director's brother?
Howdy there, friends. Am I allowed in? Keep on keeping on, sir. 2 days till retirement. Oh boy!
Happiness comes with white currants, but yellow and red in the eye. You are a worm through time.
The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you.
I like that a smile almost came over her face. She probably would have smiled if he weren't a little preoccupied at the moment.
You've always been a new you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. This happens more and more now. You gave us.
Yeah, so if we want to hear the full hiss incantation, we can just sit here and listen to Dylan say it, because he'll say it.
The name of the sound, it resonates in your house. Oh, after the song, for applause, we build you till there's nothing remains. The
It's long. It's multiple minutes long.
home, you remind us of home. You've taken your boss.
He'll just keep going. He'll say the whole goddamn thing.
Under the conceptual reality behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. After the song, time for applause. Cliches.
Okay, let's tap on the glass.
Breaking the
Knock, knock. You have a visitor.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can you
but
hear
yellow
me?
and red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here.
By the door.
I found you.
The surface into the wet. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
Ooh.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please?
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No.
I'll
Fuck
pass,
off,
thanks.
no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector.
Desert.
But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
After the song, time for applause. We build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge.
Boy, he has been here for 17 years, huh?
The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah.
That's true, at least.
Plastic, so safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister.
Huh.
The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
Maybe just like beat it under the crack at the door. There we go. Clearance level 6. We can go anywhere now, I think. I don't think there's a level 7. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a lot of information at once. That's, oh boy. I imagine that despite talking through the filter of the hiss, he is probably being truthful when he says that the Bureau made sure that there was no Dylan. At one point, I'm sure they didn't call him Dylan unless they were being friendly with him, let's say. I mean, he's a prisoner, right? He's been a prisoner for 17 years. I mean, they were not kind with their description of how they were grooming him to be the new director. You know, para-utilitarian and all that stuff. Oops! I do like the implication that the television specifically being hostile to us is not just a result of creatures like Former, but also hatred and disdain, all those things. Negative energies being channeled into objects of power, just like the fucking fridge. It's real. What if psychology was real? Welcome to Control. Yeah, he was already a prisoner, technically, but keeping him in a cell probably only happened after he started to get belligerent about, you know, his general state of being. We could talk to him more if you want, I guess. I don't know if he'll have much to say, but we'll engage.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
He's starting a YouTube channel. He's gonna talk about game theories. Did you know that Ness is Sans? I didn't know that, Dylan. Thank you. That was some spooky lore. I mean, that was some spooky lore. What could it mean? I actually don't know what it means. He's got more. Well, I mean, he's got quite a bit to say, actually, I think. I don't remember Oh, I don't remember how much specifically he has to say, but as long as there's a triangle, let's see. How's it going, Dylan?
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
Oh, here we go again. Ha!
I was
Thanks,
going
Jesse.
to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing.
The Last of Us 2?
And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical.
Ah, that one's Death Stranding.
This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. And something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
I love the awkward silence. Okay, well I think we'll come back and talk to you a little bit more later, Dylan. I am sure you have plenty of really interesting and fascinating dreams to talk about, and a lot of them are probably pretty meta, but I don't know if it's a good idea to listen to you while you're babbling about the hiss and all of that stuff, so we'll let him calm down a little bit in there, and maybe he'll be more vocal later. Lovely singing voice, though.
They're endangering us by bringing a hiss in.
Oh, would you fuck off? This guy!
Trench was part of the same shadowy group that are responsible for every disaster this country's ever seen.
Zachariah Trench was a national hero. Keep your conspiracy nonsense to yourself.
Agent 1 has some attitude problems. That man, I need to talk to him after all this is over. He needs a severe reprimanding. Pope? My brother! He keeps singing show tunes! I think you people made him watch too much Threshold Kids.
How are you doing, Jesse?
Not well!
Seeing Dylan like this.
I'm fine. What can you tell me? Is he still... human?
Or is he his?
I've taken numerous tissue samples and have tests running as we speak, but from the initial data, he looks healthy. I only see corruption in a superficial way.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This is all new, but if he's like you, maybe Polaris is preventing total hiss takeover. Or maybe this is just a new form of hiss. We've already seen how it affects people in different ways.
Dylan told me he let the hiss in. Does that change anything?
Voluntary conversion. I mean, hypothetically, that could affect the mental state post-corruption, as well as the extent of biological alteration. But again, this is new territory for me. I'll need time.
You won't have it. I'm gonna shut down the slide projector. That's how the hiss are getting in. Once I close it, this should all be over.
Jesse, we don't know how this works. If you sever their connection to the source, it could cause a terminal chain reaction. Every hiss-corrupted individual dead.
Better that than what Dylan is now.
Now hold on there, cowboy.
This has to end. Whatever happens, happens.
Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned The Last of Us 2.
Just let me know how I can help.
Thank you, Emily.
I shouldn't have brought up The Last of Us 2 because now Jesse is going through the moral event horizon. Now, Jesse, let's not be too rash. Here's one thing that's nice about all of my coworkers floating in the air is that they're not the type of hiss that you have to shoot in a video game. They're just hanging out. They literally are just hanging out. They're just chilling. No need to do anything without thinking or sciencing first. Arish, how are you doing, buddy?
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My old ranger squad was a great bunch. There were 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss.
World of friends, you say? So we have several side quests now, and this is the place to do them. We are going to go around for a little while just enjoying the oldest house, because now that we have level 6 clearance, I don't think there's a level 7. Now that we have level 6 clearance, basically the entire place is open to us. So we're going to make our rounds, and we're just going to do the side content that this game has to offer, because it's A, more gameplay, B, new stuff to see, and C, there's new stuff to do. It's great. The side content in this game does not feel like filler. He just gave us a big list of boss fights, essentially. That's basically what he just gave us. But they all take place in interesting locations, and a lot of them have unique gimmicks. It's not just go around taking out these named targets, then come back to Arish and tell him the bad news. Speaking of which, got new dialogue. Tell me about Blackrock and how cool it is.
What's the deal with Blackrock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on Blackrock.
Don't get me started on the frame rate. Oh, yeah!
Just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
Used to. Hold that thought, Arish. Hold on.
Me too.
I have some things to take care of. I love it. Gotta perform my ritual. Gotta say my incantation. Frames, go away. Come again another day. Now where were we?
Hey, I put extra security on your brother. No offense, but that dude is the scariest motherfucker I have ever laid eyes on. Like I said, though. No offense.
It's okay. At this current juncture, I agree with you.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do.
Correct.
He's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
I say again, Darling was probably wearing an HRA when all this went down. I mean, he was the one that created and developed them in the first place and was handing them out to people. But then again, earlier Arish mentioned he was yanking his clothes off last time the two ran into one another, so maybe that's HRA included.
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse.
Oh.
That's the medical definition. Not fun.
Yeah, I imagine that seeing things beyond human understanding every fucking day for years probably does have a habit of causing cognitive collapse.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it?
Do I even want to know?
No.
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
Just be careful what you get out of the vending machine, okay? They're all conceptual items, yes, but you never know.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
Probably hunting for that expedition site, I would assume. I mean, Arish himself did tell us that it was in the quarry somewhere. They just didn't know where because the quarry is seemingly infinite.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
You're pretty good at snapping back.
Hey, watch yourself out there.
As am I. I'm also good at snapping back from, stuff like technical problems, not in like the physical plane of reality teleportation sense. Television proposal. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that presents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment, in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranatural events. Oh, information control, I love it. We can also use a solid media outlet to test paranatural concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction, in the event that the Bureau ever decides to make certain realities public knowledge. There are various show licenses we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. It's called Night Springs, and has been off the air for a few years now. That doesn't sound familiar at all. No idea what that's talking about. Night Springs sounds like an interesting idea for a TV show. It should get some kind of like detective fiction writer to write something like that. I bet a detective fiction writer would write good episodes of a show like that. Jukebox tokens. We have a new spot on our astral constructs now. See? We can now make a single one, a set of 3, or a set of 5. And there's actually a reason to do that, because the normal difficulty expeditions cost 1. Medium difficulties cost 3, and hard difficulties cost 5. So it's nice that you can make them in batches in exchange for each individual token costing a little less. Neat. It's like a microtransaction system, except like we're microtransacting with the astral plane beyond that of which humans could possibly fathom and understand or explore. Let's see. God, Silent W. I don't understand. I don't understand people. People are so fucking dumb about spoilers. It's so stupid. I can't believe you. I can't believe you and any of the people who just randomly confirm things for other people. It's my fucking job to confirm things, not yours. It's not your job. I get that it's obvious, but the reason that I didn't just say it is because I'm trying to be subtle. I'm trying to work up to later reveals. I'm the fucking streamer, not you. Go play the game yourself. Talk about it on any of the internet forums you want, where you could be as obvious or subtle as you desire. It's fucking show business, man. Come on. I'm exaggerating, of course. I'm not actually that upset. But I am a little peeved because, like, I literally put a thing in the title that said, spoilers are not allowed for the chat's benefit. Do us all a favor and stop talking about things that I have not discussed yet, please. I beg of you. We are going to upgrade our levitate duration. I love levitation. I love to levitate. Unfortunately, we cannot unlock the ground slam, but we will soon. And now we can do some of these at least, because we're going to be going all over the place thanks to some of these side missions. We got a lot of wiggle room for how we want to branch out from here. I think we are going to start by going back to the Panopticon real quick, because Langston has a new quest for us that I don't think you can pick up until after you speak to Dylan. It's a similar thing to the thing that Arish is having us do. I like that the control point isn't inside this security door. So if you don't want to talk to Langston, if you're not here to talk to Langston, you don't have to wait for the door to open.
These Hiss things are a bad influence on my collection.
Yeah, you don't say.
How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Oh, something.
Poor Philip. He never did like fridge duty. But if you're here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
I shot it a
I've been
lot.
getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral.
Something like that.
The Hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
Yeah, how convenient. Yeah, we hadn't actually completed the fridge duty quest. You have to go back and talk to Langston to complete the quest. But if we had done that earlier, I don't think he would have given us this. I think you have to have access to the whole facility before he will give you this quest. So I'm glad we waited to inform him of Philip's unfortunate demise.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Like always. So yeah, now we have a couple of lists of stuff to pick up. Altered items, of which the rubber duck was one. You're not supposed to get the rubber duck until after you have the ability to levitate. But thanks to the box stacking thing we did, we were able to get it a little bit early, which is neat. I did that on my first playthrough, and I thought I was really clever. So hey, that's one down already. We don't have to go back to the HRA production lab. By the way, you can reach some of these other fire breaks. It's not... I don't know which ones we can reach, but we might need to upgrade our levitation a little bit more before we can do that. You can reach some of them, and there's stuff over there to find, but we don't... I'm gonna wait till I'm a little bit more confident. Because I have somehow managed to avoid dying this entire time. I haven't died once. It's gonna happen soon, because this game gets really hard from here. But I've managed a hell of a streak, okay? That's all I'm saying. I love streaking. I love streaking with my chat. Another unfortunate side effect of levitation is that you can't dodge rockets real easy. Normally, you could just let the rockets curve around you, but since you're in the air, they'll just keep coming at you. They'll curve in circles until they hit you. Have we opened this? I think we have. We have. While we're here, though, I want to see if whoever told me to bust down that wall the first time we came through here was correct. Because I only hit the wall once. Oh hey, it's the board. Hello board, how are you? An effigy to the board. We're gonna go all the way back this way because I want to see if I actually can bust down this wall. Because that other one, I had to hit that other one a whole bunch of times. Come here, give me something explosive. Oh! They were right! I just didn't hit it enough. How about that? I guess I needed to hit it a little harder. I've forgotten who gave me that advice, but thank you, whoever it was. Again, we're going to start seeing those everywhere, so let's keep an eye out for them. Now, we need to go... We'll start in research. Research seems like a good place because it's the one that we have basically explored the least. Like, we basically have explored, like, a third of research. I mean, there's a whole ground level, and we have to go see this Dr. Underhill about the mold infestation, so it's a good place to start, in my opinion. Now that we have the ability to fly, we can go basically wherever we want in here. Oh, and the game knows it too, look at this. One downside of using charge is that charge doesn't, it's not very economical in ammo usage. I'm gonna pick up the grenade. It's fine. I got exploded right on top of some health pickups. That's what I meant to do. Oh, I just killed 2 people. Nice. But see, this is good, all this running around we're doing, because it'll get us all kinds of upgrade materials. Oh, I missed. For the first time. It'll get us all kinds of mods, upgrade materials. You know the drill by now. We'll be able to craft weapon upgrades and pretty much anything else we could ever want at this point. There we go. Hidden area unlocked. Moldy area unlocked. Let's see. Dear Dr. Darling, I feel I must inform you of the very questionable documentation I am seeing from Underhill's desk. She clearly has no concept of what the mold is. He claims there are microorganisms responsible for constructing the mold. Ridiculous. It's a rapidly growing fungus, not dissimilar to kudzu. What's kudzu? Is fabricating complexity to justify her absurd budget demands. Speaking of which, I find it interesting that an old friend of yours gets her budget approved with no questions asked. I wonder if the Operations Oversight Committee would be interested to learn about that. Yours in estimation, Dr. Abraham Lewis. I believe this is the same guy. I believe this is the same guy who left some brandy, some Old Brown, on Dr. Darling's desk, trying to vie for the budget that he's talking about here. I guess he's got a chip on his shoulder about it. Office politics, man, I'm telling you. Why would the Bureau be exempt? Oh, that's bad. Nope, never mind, we'll come back here later. We still don't have a way to deal with that mold. But who knows? Maybe soon. Dr. Underhill probably will be able to help us with that. There we are. Kudzu is one of the fastest growing weeds on Earth. A type of hyper-aggressive plant that just won't stop. Oh. Well, yeah, that seems to fit the mold on the mold, to be honest. That kind of seems like their MO, or their mold-O. We can get over to that office. We'll probably hover over there. Oh, don't hit your head on the ceiling. Hitting your head on concrete seems like it would probably be pretty painful. Yoink! Nice. Nice and dark, just the way I like it. We can get over here, too. I think this is somewhere, right? Okay, this one is not. But I think one of these holes in the walls we can actually get into. This one, maybe? Maybe these two. Oh, this just leads us back to luck and probability. The hell's up here? Oh. Yoink. Man, we can just keep going, huh? It turns out the power of flight is actually pretty cool. I like having the power of flight. Oh, there's a guy up here. Oh, sucks to be this dude. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light? Oh my god, my eyes. Up! Go, Jesse, go! Piss. Sometimes climbing onto ledges while levitating is a little bit finicky. But honestly, the flight controls are pretty intuitive. You hit space to descend, you hold space to go up. While descending, you hit space again to fall slower. Makes sense. I know, there's gotta be one of these. Oh, we can get in here though. What is this? Just a whole other place here. What is this? Acoustic research. Ooh, nice place. Huh. The Sound of Bromance, the new LP by LP. Well, let's not hit that right now. Maybe later. We'll come back for that. Mostly because if I hit that button, I have no idea what it's going to do. It might drive us all insane from the revelation that turns out music is pretty cool. But I think we already knew that. Music is a big part of my Let's Plays. It's becoming an even bigger part as of Death Stranding. I have my own playlist of my own songs I compiled to play when Kojima is not playing his own Spotify playlist. Well, whatever. There's a hole in the walls around here somewhere. We'll find it later. This is what I came here for now. We're gonna grab the ground slam. Levitate. And we're good. This is what I came here for, before we go and see Dr. Underhill, explore the lower levels. Now that all of those security experts are gone, and we have a higher level key card, get in here. And what do you know? It's puzzle solving time. Hell yeah. Do you guys like luck and probability? I do. Spin the wheel, baby! Okay, let's maybe not do that again. Maybe let's read up on this place first. Let's see. Lucky item manifest. I assume it is a manifest of manifestations. Koi fish, China. Tracks abundance and wealth. Feng shui. Oh boy, I don't know how to actually pronounce that. I just know the way that people normally do. Horseshoe, Ireland. Wards off evil. Orientation important. Heels up allows luck to be kept. Heels down, luck flows outward. Okay. Hey, it's the lucky cat, the one that moves its little paw. Beckoning cat used in shops. Paw held up to beckon customers, creating luck for the business owner. I don't know if that's how that works, but it's close enough. Four-leaf clover, also from Ireland. Shamrock, rare plant variation. Connections to druidic healing rituals. Elephant, China. I assume it is an elephant from China and not an elephant made out of China. Protection, good luck, wisdom, feng shui. Light bulb. Documented gambling rituals indicate luck is produced when all lights in the room are turned on. Note, effects of items to be tested. Consider investigating the orientation of horseshoe. Also consider positioning of feng shui objects. Proximity of luck items may influence luck reading. Okay. Well, let's fiddle around, I guess. Let's fiddle. Let's get to fiddling. Okay. The elephant is feeling pretty erotic about something. The cat is generally confused, as cats normally are. Clover is important. Light bulbs are on. Need to catch a big whopper of a fish. No, wait. It's a less than sign. Gotta be a real small fish. The horseshoe, nobody knows. And you need to have the power to levitate. Good news, we can. But I think that actually means don't stand on the carpet. Okay. Well, let's turn all the lights on. Since we were told to do that by the note. Just like our buddy Alan Wake said back in the day, gotta stay in the light, because apparently the light is lucky. What do we got? Oh, they're putting it all on Lucky 7. Hell yeah. They know. What if luck wasn't just superstition? What if luck was real? Is this one on? Yes, it is. I think they are all on. So. Light bulbs. We need the fish. And we need the clover. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm on my way. Oh, fish. Right. Thank goodness I have the ability to lift things with my mind. It would be silly to carry this thing in there. Why would I do that when I could just expend no energy? Why do lot when few fish will do little? What? Wait. I don't think I got that one right. Maybe I'm not lucky enough for this. There we go. So, horseshoe, elephant, and cat. Nobody has any idea. Okay. There's a horseshoe over there, but can't. This one's just in a neutral position, I guess. That one, I'm not allowed. Okay, so do we want the luck to flow into the horseshoe or to flow out of the horseshoe? I guess we want the luck to flow into the horseshoe, right? Because we need to retain the luck, like retaining water in our ankles. Elephant. Gonna generally annoy the elephant into helping us out with this puzzle. And then the lucky cat, I know what to do with the lucky cat. Is it ever truly a lucky cat if he's not bending that paw? Oh, I love this place, though. There's so many little details here, like poker chips and cards on the tables and stuff. I love this place. There's just so much detail packed into everything in this game. If it's holding the luck, though, isn't that sucking it away from you? That's true. Guess there's only one way to find out. Spin the wheel, see if we got it right. Whoa! The hotline? Or not? Okay. Not quite. Try turning one of these off. Hit it! Boom! We just got a new outfit. And, I guess it's not really fair. Spoilers, I already know how this puzzle works. This puzzle mystified people for ages. This puzzle mystified people for so long. People tried, like, holding the fish, tried putting the fish on the table, putting the fish under the table, like, making sure the fish isn't near Jesse, making sure the fish isn't near the table, standing on the table when you spin the wheel. Oh, people tried every permutation of it. The way that it works, the way that it works is you need to get all of these right, except if you get them all right, which we did do, you will be over by 1 and get 8, so you need to turn one of the lights off to get 7. Basically, everything you do right increases the points that you get when you spin the wheel, and you can use the lights around the room to add or remove individual points if you are over or under the amount. I figured that out without looking it up, and I felt like a fucking genius. But yes, we did it. We are... Oh, we're very lucky. We're super lucky. Look how lucky I am. I'm being attacked by an invisible hell monster. Would that I could be as lucky as I am on this day. Please go away. Please. Uh-oh. Ooh. We're good. It didn't even drop one of the crafting materials that it drops. I'll get another one of those someday. Wear the suit. Look like a modern Midas. I was gonna, but now that you have told me to do it, I guess I can't. I also can't because you can only change your outfit in the executive forum. So we'll do that when we're done with research. We'll head back to executive in a little bit once we're finished exploring here. Maybe before we go and see Dr. Underhill. Although, you know what? I don't know if I want to go see Dr. Underhill while wearing a suit. That doesn't seem like... It's gonna get all dirty and covered in the mold. So maybe we'll put that on after we've dealt with the mold. That seems like a slightly better idea. We got business to take care of anyway. What's nice, though, about exploring these older areas is that the enemies that we encounter are going to be the level we were when we first got here. For example, right, even that big horrible Gribbly, that invisible one, was still level 3 big horrible Gribbly. The way the game gets around that is by spawning more bosses. You know, we fought 2 of those grenade guys. Let's see. For who among us has touched the foundations of this world and deemed them solid? Dr. Theodore Ashe. I mean, that guy, he started a legacy with this place. I mean, concrete dining tables. I'd say those are pretty solid, at least. Black Rock Analysis. Hi, Carla. Does it strike you as odd that Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his? I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have lines or anything. Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab. Plus, it's always great to work with you. Oh yeah, I finished the comparative analysis of the 2 Blackrock samples you sent. The prism, or whatever you called it. I filed them in the usual place, under C, for Carla. Handy mnemonic device, right? Haha. Anyway, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Maybe we could chat about it over some drinks or dinner even. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go together after work sometime. Free tomorrow. All the very best, Hubert. He's shooting his shot. You know what? Fair play to him. Fair play to you, Hubert. You saw the way he was eyeballing her during that B-roll we found. You know, you remember in the clocks. You remember. I like that. But you may also remember that this Carla lady, I don't know, she was the one that was trying to fish information out of Dylan in that audio log from earlier, so maybe we don't want happiness for Carla. Hubert, you don't want to mess with that. Turns out she's an expert manipulator. Not a manipulator of rowdy teens, though. We'll listen to that one later. We'll be coming back through here. There's another control point down here that we haven't activated. But we have a little bit of exploring to do before we do that. This is what's nice about areas like research, right? Is this area is huge. So we could have come down here and explored all these doors and seen what we could or could not access right away. And then come back here later and been like, oh, I now know that we can get in this door, or whatever. Because it was only level 3 and now we have a level 5 card, yada yada. I like that the game doesn't gate you from exploring things that you can't access yet. Because, I mean, like I've been saying this whole time, Jesse moves so damn fast that, especially now that we've got levitation, that all you have to do is see that you can't go somewhere and then turn around. That's it. She runs so fast that you don't have to worry about it. Oh, that's right. There's not. There isn't a control point here. There's supposed to be one, you can see, but they didn't get it set up. Maybe there used to be one here, but there's not anymore. Because of a certain mold. An invasive species. Threshold utility. Thresholds have always been sources of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house by mysterious properties, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau, but we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold effects based on their utilitarian possibility. The quarry brought Blackrock, one of our most invaluable discoveries, but if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find due to the lengths we must go to in fighting back the particularly prolific plant. These are very distinct cases and worth comparing, as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. I don't know if this mold we've heard and seen offers any strategic value. Maybe as, like, mind-controlled soldiers, if you could do something like, oh, I don't know, seize them. But who around here has the ability to do anything like that? If anyone around here has the ability to mind-control their enemies, I've never met them. There definitely aren't multiples of those individuals, not specifically talking about myself. But yeah, over there, that's Mold Central. Let's investigate some of these labs first. Like this one. Nice and open for us. Oh, look at this! We got another sound system. Well, that's nice. Lovely lyrics. I guess we'll take a listen. I mean, why not, right? They've got this cool-looking acoustic booth here. I mean, look at it. It's so stark in contrast to everything else in here. Actually, hold that thought. 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. Oh. Hold that thought. The board wants to speak with you, apparently. So we'll let them have their say. Can I help you? What do you mean? What do you mean serenade? You guys are hearing this, right? Wait, what do you mean?
Night, the world, it's mine. With nobody else out here, it's time, run wild and royally cavalier. To burn, ignite, I do it for so much less. When all is made clear, there is nothing else. And here we stand, the sweet, arrest in duality, and I come to, it's present all over me. Will I awake? Will I get a ride with you in this race of two? We're an endless stream of choices, with the softest murmur of voices. Without names we're fantasizing, dancing like flames, mesmerizing. A dark disquiet playing satiric harmonies, making waves and diving under, lightning to the sound of thunder. A dark disquiet singing such haunting melodies. So white, so still, so bright, it's almost too painful now. I'm ready to fight, to run from the light. And here now comes the sweet, corrupting reality. While now I'm free, will I once cease to be? Will I awake? Will I get a ride with you in this race of two? We are momentary masters, we're false kings and bastards. Without names we're fantasizing, dancing like flames, mesmerizing. A dark disquiet playing such eerie harmonies. I'm making waves and diving under, lightning to the sound of thunder. A dark disquiet singing such haunting melodies. We are marionettes, by strings animated, yet like lovers, of strings liberated. We are marionettes, by strings animated, yet like lovers, of strings liberated. Without names we're fantasizing. Without names we're fantasizing, dancing like flames, mesmerizing. My dark disquiet playing such eerie harmonies, making waves and diving under,
Okay. Thank you for the beautiful tune, Board. I guess I'll see you later. I'll see you next time we get a hotline message. Boy, that wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting something a little bit more esoteric. Okay. Well, I guess that's probably a good place to call it for now, I think. I think we'll run around and do our side quests and stuff next time. So when you hit the button out here, the game plays the song in this room and then you can go in and listen to it. And I guess the board wanted to reward me for making it this far without dying. Thank you, board. I appreciate it. And I guess that's gonna do it for Control for today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope that makes up for the tech problems we've had. I am not going to say who, but a certain somebody, maybe the board, maybe a former member of the board, maybe someone else spent multiple weeks fiddling and poking and editing to do all kinds of fun tricks, and that person may have learned a lot along the way about editing, and it was a labor of love. And I hope that you all have enjoyed the last 8 years worth of Let's Plays and live streams by that person, who is eternally grateful for you sticking around for it and supporting him along the way. Here's to another 8 years. See you later, everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out for Control. And I'm so glad that I was able to figure out how to make that play live. Oh, I'm so glad. I'll upload it separately on YouTube in full quality. It'll probably be my new channel trailer. I love it. I love live streaming. I love Let's Plays. It was nice to see your reactions. See you around, everybody.